Welcome to the Mom Mentor Show. We are glad that you're here today. I'm MonaCorwin, and I am the Mom Mentor, and I'm an author, a speaker, and I am the mentor of moms to many.
Yes.
And I am here today on the Mom Mentor Scope, and we are going to be talking sauces because I don't know about you, but Thanksgiving Day, I pulled all my tricks out and I wowed everybody with my tricks, and now Christmas is here another month later, and I'm thinking, holy smokes, now how do I wow them again? And so I called up my buddy, Josh. Josh Childers is a 5-star chef, and he's joining us today. And that means he is really smart and does all the restaurants and stuff, right?
Yes,
Yep.
I do. And it's just such a privilege to be with Mona today. I love her. She's like my third mother. So this is just going to be so fun. And today we're going to talk about what we're going to make.
Yeah, we're going to wow you with some really cool sauces. And then if you have any questions, you can just type them in. And if we don't get to them later, Josh will go through them and we'll all answer. We'll send you a Twitter and we'll give you the answers that you need. So here we go. So we decided that sauces would be something that even if you serve the same meat or whatever, learning the basis of the sauces is going to be a really good thing.
Right.
Okay.
And so today we're going to make 2 of the French mother sauces. There are 5. And we're going to go through all 5 hopefully with Miss Mona, and because it's a very important part of basics of cooking. You know, if you can master these 5, then it opens up a whole new world for your cooking, to sauce every plate, to finish the things that you work hard on. And today we're going to make bechamel. And
that sounds like a really hard word. I didn't even try to spell it for the Twitter. But it is really an important one. And what we need to do as moms is we need to quit making things out of a box and quit going to fast food places and saying my guacamole is so bad that Taco Bell has better guacamole than mine. We're going to help you with that. And in the year to come, Josh is going to be teaching us all kinds of really cool stuff. Yeah. And I just ate some of his guacamole, which is why I'm thinking of it. And we've got ideas about avocados that are going to just make your home life and make your cooking efficient, effective, and you can really have a meal with your family that brings you together in eating. I love this little sign I have. Rachel, go over there, that sign, and just put it on there. It says they broke bread in their homes and they ate together with glad and sincere hearts. This is actually a verse from the Bible, Acts 2:46. And how cool is it that God knew how important it would be that we would eat together. And I mean, Jesus was with his disciples, right? And he did the Last Supper. So even Jesus thought that it was a really good idea. Well, that's what Josh and I want to do, is we want to be able to make it where you can have amazing meals with your family and connect together in a way that, you just can't do it at Chick-fil-A. Oh, although we love Chick-fil-A. Right.
Right, we have nothing against Chick-fil-A.
Love Chick-fil-A.
They make great chicken.
They do. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Josh, and we're going to start making a sauce that's going to wow your friends and your family at Christmas. Okay, Josh?
Right. Okay, so we laid out all of the ingredients because one of the most important things to not feeling frazzled in the kitchen is having a plan. And so when you have a plan and you get your ingredients together before you do something, then when you're doing it, you're not frantically running for what you need. Things are less likely to burn, and it's just going to be a lot more enjoyable experience. So this is what we call mise en place, which means to be ready to set. And so this is what we're going to use to make bechamel. Mise en place actually means to put in place, so that everything is in its place so that you can be successful. So for bechamel today, we're going to use 5 tablespoons of butter, 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. One thing that I want you ladies to do is, if you have iodized salt in your pantry, I want you to go and throw it away and buy this right here. Kosher salt is all you want to use.
And I have it in my cabinet. Yay, Mona.
It is not that much more expensive.
No.
It is so much easier to do, to use, to balance, to taste with. It is it's one of the cheapest, easiest, best upgrades you can make to your food. Okay.
Awesome. And it was on the bottom shelf, so we know it wasn't expensive.
Right.
Okay, so we have the salt.
We have the salt, and then we have a half of a teaspoon of nutmeg, ground nutmeg. And then what I wanted to do for a fun twist today is that's going to be, all of this is going to be the base to bechamel. Okay, and then we're going to turn that bechamel into what we call mornay, which is basically a cheesy bechamel, which is a white pasta sauce, which could be used for Alfredo, mac and cheese, any kind of awesome pasta. So I have in here 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese and 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. But you could do anything. You could do Gruyere if you wanted to go fancy for the holidays. But I like to do 1 salty profile cheese and 1 non-salty. So like a mozzarella is just cheese, right? It doesn't bring a lot to the party. Whereas Parmesan, Gruyere, those kind of cheeses bring a lot. So don't go all 1 strong cheese, or that's all you're going to get, and you can get an overbearing sauce.
Wow, I've definitely had that happen before. Hey, can we, like in the weeks to come, can we like lay out all the cheeses and talk about the different cheeses too?
Let's do it.
That would be so fun. Wouldn't y'all love that?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have these recipes on the website, on my website, www.balancedmomlife.com, and it'll probably be Tuesday or Wednesday when those recipes are up there.
And
I'll try to do it tomorrow.
And you know what, Mona? I also forgot the very important ingredient. We have 4 cups of milk that is going to be the base of this bechamel, and I went ahead and simmered this all the way on Mona's amazing range. It's such a privilege to get to cook on that. Thank you, Mona.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're here.
And so this is just simmering. We don't want to scald it. If we burn this, we need to just throw it out and start all over, because there's no coming back from scalded milk.
Okay, let me ask you a question, because a lot of girls are they can't drink the milk.
Right.
So can we do this with coconut milk?
Absolutely.
Really?
You can make it with almond milk or soy
Almond
milk.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm very happy, because butter and coconut milk are my staple.
There you go. So we'll take all this over to the stove,
Okay,
and
can I
we'll
help?
get going. Okay.
And I always thought that they just had these little things when they did cooking shows, because it was like convenient. But what you're saying is that it's really wise to do, because then you know what you put in too.
Right.
Because time's important.
In restaurants, we put everything in clear Cambro containers.
Right.
And we don't ever go to the stove until everything is in a Cambro on a cart.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. So you got your pot, see, I've even laid out the utensils. So I'm never going to have to leave the stove to do anything.
So if I'm a mom and I've got a bunch of kids, I can get all that laid out while
Right.
I'm napping. Maybe not the milk, but I can have everything ready. And then when it's time to make dinner and they're down around my feet, I'm not running back and forth with them falling. And I've got hot milk and stuff like that. This is awesome.
Right.
What a great idea.
Or even get these in Pyrex containers with covers, and maybe the day before you put everything in a Pyrex container and you get your recipe ready, and you snap it and you line it up in your fridge, and then when dinner time comes, you're not like, oh my goodness.
I didn't know I didn't have that.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, wow. That is awesome.
All right, so we are going to go to the stove on this.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to put this on medium heat.
Okay.
We have a nice thick cast iron pot here, and we are going to make a blonde roux. Okay? What is roux? Roux is flour and butter that is come together and toasted together to create a thickening agent. Okay? So we're just going to we're melting this butter. We've got it warm enough to do something, right? And here's another thing that you can do if you're worried about getting burnt. I always cook with a towel in my hand. I got used to doing this professionally for years. This kept me from all kind of injuries, and it's just as good at home. If you fold your towel 3 times over like this and you have it, then it's essentially like a pot holder. You see?
Yeah. The mom in me is like, you're going to slip. No? I guess you're a 5-star chef. He's not
This
slipping.
is so funny.
You're not slipping, right?
No, I'm not going to slip.
No. I can show you the one I got.
Okay, let's see Mona's.
You're going to have to see mine.
Let's see Mona's
This is
better
what
version.
I use, but see, I can't wipe my hands on it.
Right.
Right, so I can't like
Oh,
wipe
you're not. I'm not using this to wipe my hands. I'm just using this to protect myself. But you could totally use that.
Okay.
Okay, so the butter is now melted completely. So now we're going to, Rachel, are you getting this perfect? We're going to bring this in a little bit at a time.
That was the flour.
This is flour.
And I noticed you're not putting any more in until it's all dissolved.
Right. You want to have a whisk with times where you can get everything off the edges, because if that edge burns, then the whole thing is burnt.
Oh, so you need a real circly one.
And I'm cooking this on like medium heat right here. You can cook this on like medium low heat if you're a little bit worried about how it's going to turn out, or you're worried about burning it. But this is definitely not something you want to leave. Like right now, all I'm doing in the kitchen is making roux.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means we might have to make our roux while our kids are napping.
Sure.
And then can we have it ready?
Absolutely.
Later?
You can
Okay.
make this sauce and keep it warm.
Because moms kind of can get interrupted sometimes.
Absolutely. And right now, since I'm going to get ready for my milk in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and take it off simmer and get it getting a little bit warmer than it was. Okay? At the end of, here's a top tip for you. At the end of making this roux, we're going to go ahead and add the salt and the nutmeg to basically bring those seasonings into the roux and permeate the sauce. If we add them at the end, they will not have the same level of impact that they would if we're, so I'm just getting you ready for what I'm about to do.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's important when you're making roux to turn your nose on really good, Miss Mona, because what you're looking for is, see how it's turning colors? It's already turned. And what we're gonna take this all the way to the point where it gets this nutty aroma. It's gonna smell like a tree nut. And at that point, and it turns a darker color, it's ready.
Okay, so it's bubbling a little bit,
Right.
but you're keeping stirring so it's not settling in there.
Right. We're going to turn it up a little bit because I'm comfortable here.
Because I would not be.
Yeah.
So it's okay if it takes a little while. But
Right. Just for the video.
This is such a good thing to learn, y'all, because I know when I make banana cream pie for my husband, it's the same kind of swishing motion, and just being able to be in control of the sauce isn't difficult. It's just something that you'll learn to do. You might burn it a few times, but you can start again.
Right.
It's easy. You're at the beginning.
It
It's
is
nice
easy.
that the most important thing is at the beginning of the sauce.
Okay,
and
now
then you can
now I just got the first whiff of where we want to be.
Oh,
See
yeah.
that?
Oh,
See how-
I can smell the butter. I mean,
Right.
it's really.
So it just started to be where we wanted it to be.
I can see it's changing in like
Right.
more caramely.
Right.
It's rapidly
Yeah,
turning.
well, yeah. See, now I smelt it first,
Right.
and now it's changing visible color. See, so you always want to, when you cook, develop your skills so that you're using all your senses. That will really help you.
But they don't say those things in recipes, so that's why it's great to learn from
Right.
someone like you. I so appreciate you.
And now we are good. So
Beautiful.
this is what we want. See, we
Kind of
have
looks like a caramel macchiato
or
color.
like a light peanut butter.
Yes, it does look like caramel macchiato.
I don't drink those. Those are
Yeah,
girl
you
drinks.
know.
Girls'
Okay.
drinks.
Okay, so that's the nutmeg.
Okay, this is the nutmeg.
Okay.
Okay, we had a half a teaspoon of that, and we're gonna give them the recipe later.
Yeah,
right,
we're gonna have the
Simone?
recipe. We are.
Okay.
Right.
So we're
And
gonna
this is the
stir that
kosher
in.
salt.
Yep. Okay.
And there's other herbs and stuff that you can put in to make different things.
Sure.
Correct?
Sure. Okay, so now we will turn this back up, and we have our warm milk here.
Right.
Got
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now I noticed that it got like a little film on it.
Right.
They need to be okay with that, right?
Yeah. Just because it gets a light film doesn't mean that it's scalded. Scalded smells.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you'll know if you scalded that milk.
Okay.
When you smell it, it should still just smell like nothing, like milk does.
Okay.
You know? Milk
Because as a mom, I kind of learned that if there was a film on it, that you need to make sure that you broke it up before you dumped
That's
it in.
a good point. That's a good point. But we're gonna whisk it in.
Yeah.
But that's a great
Just
point.
so it doesn't
right.
spill
If it had a
it.
heavy film, it could be telling you that it's burnt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So now we'll take this in. Thank you, Miss Lena.
Welcome. I love being your
Okay.
assistant.
Yep.
Slow. Need a
We'll
little
add this
sizzle,
milk.
bubble. Ooh. Beautiful. I feel fancy already, and it's just happening in my kitchen. Are you going to use all that milk?
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of milk. How much is that roughly?
That's 4 cups.
4 cups. And remember, we can use any kind of almond or coconut.
Yeah, for sure coconut milk, not coconut water. That won't make this.
Oh, thank
Okay?
you. That's a
why.
good point. Good point. Now, when you use coconut milk, can you taste the coconut
Yes.
a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Which would be a so.
But if you turn that into Mornay, which is the cheese sauce version of this, then the cheese is going to overpower the.
So that would be okay.
Yeah, so it would be okay.
Okay, cool.
So now we're literally just letting the roux do its job. At this point, we've done so much hard work that if I was the lady at home, I would probably just turn this down to medium low.
Okay.
You know, because I've done this a bunch of times, so I know like how hot it needs to be to thicken up.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, you've done enough work that you want to like protect what you've done.
Right.
You know. So,
Right. And the roux itself is the thickener.
right. Yeah.
Is what is making it thick.
Yeah. And,
Boy, is that pretty looking.
Yeah.
Man, I wish y'all could smell it. Okay, now I noticed there was no salt and no pepper.
No pepper.
No pepper.
If you do use if you do use pepper in this, I recommend white pepper
Okay.
because you won't see the visible.
Dots.
So if for your kids, if you have cracked black pepper in there, they could be like, oh, I don't like that
Because it's weird. It's got
because it
black
looks
things in
weird.
it.
But if it was white pepper, they wouldn't even notice, right?
Beautiful. And is there a difference between white pepper and black pepper?
White pepper is softer,
Oh, but it does the
it
same
does the
thing.
exact same thing.
Okay, cool.
And the difference between salt and pepper is that salt is a flavor enhancer and pepper is flavor.
Whoa. That's so good.
Yeah. So in other words, salt brings up whatever else is in there and pepper adds to it.
Because pepper is a flavor,
Is a
just
flavor,
like
right.
nutmeg or anything else.
And we are just about there. And
I can see it.
Let me get a spoon.
Oh, this is really good, you guys. And I'm gonna eat it later. Sorry. He's coming back though.
Looks so
Oh my gosh, it
good.
smells
Okay.
So yummy. Okay.
So how do we know this is ready? How do we know it's a finished sauce?
You told me, but you told me it was ready. But is it because you put the spoon in, then it rolls off the spoon?
Yes, and the French term for that. Way to go, Mona. Way to go, Mona.
I'm not a bad cook. I'm just not as good as you.
Okay, the French term for that is called nappe. And
Nappe.
nappe means to coat the spoon.
To coat the spoon.
To coat the spoon. So
I love that.
Come over here, okay? And look at that. This
Beautiful.
is perfect. And how do we know that it's
We
not
have a
too runny or
coated
not too thick?
spoon. Look at
You
that.
can take your finger. We're not going to reuse this spoon or stick it in the sauce, but it just cut right through, and you know it's done.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. That is
Yum.
so good. Okay, this is like
Yum.
French. This is like 5-star restaurant French sauce. And you saw how easy it was.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
now, are you going to add the cheese now, or does the cheese get added later?
Yeah, so this is it. This is the cool
That's
thing.
it.
So all there is to making this a mornay is to take this, add cheese to it, add pasta,
Dinner. Wow.
And so how much cheese is that?
This is 1 cup of mozzarella and 1 cup of
Just
Parmesan.
plain mozzarella? Okay.
Yeah.
Delish.
And Parmesan.
And remember, guys, that this, Mona and I just tasted this, and it tasted a little bit salty, but it's awesome. It has it has a lot of flavor profile, okay? But you're putting this in salt. Pasta's so bland.
Yeah.
So always remember that your sauces that you make need to be powerful. In restaurants, we make sauces where a little goes a long way.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Very cool. So now, are you done with this?
Yes, we're done with this.
Are you going to teach us another one?
Yeah. Are you ready to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to make the second one, which is called veloute. Okay, which...
Veloute. We all say it together. A veloute.
Veloute. Yes, and veloute is basically chicken gravy, for lack of a better American term. Okay.
Now we can use this for our turkey.
Right, for our turkey.
Yes, because
right.
we don't,
Turkey needs
Yes.
flavor.
because we don't have to buy the stuff in the jar.
Dry.
It's dry.
Not my daughter. My daughter-in-law makes the best daughter-in-law. She makes the best turkey, and as soon as I had her turkey, I started making it the way she makes it. But everybody can use some kind of good sauce for their
Right.
meats, and that would be whether you're having chicken or whatever. But this sauce, we no longer have to buy the jar
Yeah.
gravy.
That's
We've
the
all
enemy.
been fooled. We've all been fooled that we can't make gravy. I want
Right.
you to make gravy. Okay.
Yes, and this gravy, in the holiday spirit, is going to have sage in it.
Oh, I like that.
I decided to put sage in this. You can do a lot of things with this. This is another really simple sauce. This is simpler than the bechamel, actually. And here's the ingredients.
Okay.
Let's take a look at that. The base of this sauce is going to be exactly the same as the other one. It's going to be a roux. Okay, so we have 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of dill, a 1/4 teaspoon, actually about a 1/2 teaspoon of sage. We're going to finish it with a little bit of lemon juice to cut the richness. And we have 2 cups of chicken stock. Okay? So that's literally everything that's in it. That's not
All
that
of
much.
your-
That isn't.
Those
And
are
it
all
looks
dry.
so, and it looks, the palette here just looks so crisp and yummy.
Yeah. So we'll take all this over there. Okay.
And this is still on.
This
simmer?
is simmered, but we could actually, yeah. Let's just leave it on that. As long as Mona helps me and keeps it kind of stirred.
Yeah, I just did that because I could smell it.
Yep. And we'll actually just cut that off for right now,
Okay.
and we'll work over here.
Awesome.
Okay.
I put my awesome pot holder away.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so I can't move my
Do
thing.
you want to use my towel?
I guess I'll use your towel. It just doesn't seem safe. Like, if my kids were doing this, I would say, don't do that. It's going to catch on that fire.
Which, that's like a terry cloth towel, so it's got little...
Yeah,
not as
but I guess
smooth.
a 5-star chef can use what he wants.
Right. Well, in a restaurant, that's all we have. Help me with this, Miss Mona. Let me turn this stove on. Here we go.
Okay. It's not wanting to do
Okay,
it.
we'll do it here. Can we work here?
Yeah, you're going to work there. Oh,
Yeah.
you want to do this one?
I want to do, yeah.
Oh, sorry,
that one.
baby. I thought
Perfect.
you wanted
Okay, great.
Yes. The
Okay, that'll be
flame has
better.
arrived.
So on this one, we're going to make a really light roux. We don't need to cook the roux out as long. We cooked the other one about 4 or 5 minutes. And that's not that necessary on this one.
Right.
So we got our butter here. Okay.
Knowing you've got to rinse it off.
Yep.
Okay, one of the things that I always do when I'm cooking, hands down, no matter what, if I start cooking, I have a sink full of hot soapy water, and you can just pop things in there. This cuts down your time of things sticking to no end. And then he could just went over there and rinsed it all off, and it's all clean. So.
Okay, so we've got the melted butter right?
Mm-hmm.
So on this, you can literally make one of the keys. I want y'all to have this amazing gravy this year for your turkey.
Oh yeah.
So I want you to use these steps in the bottom of your roasting pan.
Oh.
So when you take your turkey out of the oven, there's all those amazing drippings and everything. I want you to pour the fat off but where the drippings are still there, right? Stuck on the bottom of the pan,
right.
And I want you to scrape the pan, those drippings off as you make the roux.
Oh wow! So not like the real thick, watery stuff with all not that. Pour that off, and then whatever's stuck in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about if the girls have decided to use those throwaway metal, those aluminum foil
Okay,
things?
those are pretty cool, actually.
Are they cool? Do you suggest them?
Well, they're good because there's less cleanup. You know.
True.
As far as making this and getting the drippings for this sauce, they're not as good. A heavy roasting pan is better.
Is better.
But you can just make it the way we're making it now, and it's still awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And could they just scrape some of that off and
Sure.
throw it?
Absolutely.
But don't put your aluminum pan on the stove.
Right. If you have the
There goes some more flour.
Yeah.
Because you just did that. Now this is coming up thicker.
Yep.
Be very thick.
Because it has more flour. More flour or
More
less
flour,
butter?
but much less butter.
Much less butter.
And this is more of like a roux you would use on like Cajun cookies, Mona. Like etouffee or jambalaya. This would be more like what your roux is going to look like.
Okay.
Okay, now I know when we use the different kinds of flours, if we use like a rice flour or something like that, it does change the consistency of stuff. Does that affect this? If we use those different kinds of flours?
Yeah, but there's guides out there that kind of
That
tell us. So just
So
apply
again, we
whatever
can
the
use-
difference is to the recipe.
So
Is that-
again, we can still make cool stuff like this
The
that are
same thing.
just like French.
Right.
But we can't do, like we're gluten free.
Right.
Okay, except for the butter.
Well, you could make this
Love
with
butter.
gluten-free flour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. It may not be as strong of a thickener, right? So
Right.
you may have to use more of it.
Or try it a couple
Or
times.
try it, yeah. Just like, gluten-free bread. I bet nobody nailed that on the first try, but then
That's
they
so
figured
true.
out what worked.
And now I went to make a sandwich the other day with just a regular piece of bread, and I thought, ooh, it's so smushy. I didn't even want it.
Right. So this is ready now. See how quick that happened?
Yeah,
So
I can see
you can smell it. It's already nutty because it's a different kind of roux. We're gonna add the chicken stock.
Now, is that chicken stock hot or cold?
This is cold.
So it doesn't matter whether that's warm or not.
No,
Wow,
Not
look
as
at
much
that.
on this
that
one.
looks so good.
you can see the dill and sage in there. So as soon as it's set up, I
Okay,
add more.
your family and friends, girls, are going to be so wowed by your gravy. I just quit making it because I don't know what I was doing wrong, but obviously I wasn't doing it right. I need a new whisker.
Yes, that is very important.
This is my wimpy whisker.
That's not good enough.
Yeah.
But we're helping Mona.
So
We're gonna help Mona
So the
upgrade.
whisk that he's using, you
Show
can
me your
get
whisk.
at Sur La Table.
Yes, sur la table.
Which means that store over there that has the cool dishes.
Yeah.
Or you can get it on Amazon.
Or Amazon.
But it's a balloon whisk.
But
See the
it's-
size
yeah.
difference? It has the big enough tines to do something.
And the handle's different. Tell them about the
Yeah,
handle.
the handle is. This is non-conductive, so this is made out of copper.
So it never gets
It
hot?
never gets hot.
I love you. You're so smart.
So it's a
You're the
bubble.
smartest ever.
Say that again.
It's called a
Go ahead.
balloon whisk.
Balloon whisk
Which is
with
the
a
shape.
copper handle.
See how
Got
it's a
it.
reverse balloon?
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. That is so cool.
Okay.
Worth the money. So now this is starting to thicken up. We're gonna add that. And since we're comfortable, we're gonna go ahead and turn this up.
And you're comfortable because you can feel that there's nothing sticking to the bottom.
Well, and it's not simmering.
right.
See, there's no steam coming off of it yet. As soon as steam comes off of it, I'm gonna cut it down.
Oh, that's a good indicator. Thank you for that. So while we're doing that, can we talk chicken stock for a second?
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, I usually get like the organic kind from Pacifica.
Costco's phenomenal.
Costco's brand is
Yes.
really good. And
Yeah.
do you?
They have
you
organic.
They have organic
do?
Kirkland,
organic
for the
Kirkland.
ladies. It's
It's
inexpensive.
just like Pacifica.
Very good. Can you tell me if there's a difference between? I know there is, but would you tell the girls the difference between stock and broth?
Yes. So stock is a more fortified broth, right? So it is, broth is basically the elementary version of stock. And the difference in that is that the broth is literally like they take the bones, they bring it up, it simmers, that's the broth. Stock is they add vegetable and some other stuff to fortify it.
Right. Now, because the stock is more expensive, but it just has more to it.
Yeah, for your special holiday meal,
That's what you want.
it's worth the money.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
sure. But you would never use bouillon cubes.
In certain applications I would. If something that I had didn't have the flavor profile that I wanted, like I'd worked really hard, but it just didn't have that like amazing end profile that I wanted. Rachel has seen me.
It's more like a last minute
Yeah,
fix.
but it's not-
not a go-to.
It's not a go-to. It's to add in the end is how I would use that.
Okay, just
Yeah.
to make things pop.
And once again, so see, it started to simmer.
And it's starting to glisten.
Yes, and I turned it down, and we will go get our spoon.
Now, you can show them the difference between this one over here, how this one's thicker,
That's definitely like a cheese sauce.
and the cheese has not been put in there.
No, it is not.
Oh, that's
But
before.
But it's
there's a reason why the cheese hasn't been added to it. You do want the cheese to melt in there, but you don't want to add the cheese while it's just like at the peak of its heat.
Ooh,
And
this I did not know.
and the reason is because if you do that, it could break because it's a dairy product.
Okay.
Very good.
See,
So that's why
Yeah.
it's just sitting there. Yeah.
that's why it's
I've done
there.
that in beef stroganoff before. I really messed it up.
So
Okay.
Once again,
It has to stay
Yeah.
on the spoon. Delicious. How fun for us.
Yep.
And then
Oh,
Miss
how
Mona
good.
gets a try.
Yep.
One finger.
Oh, man. Make this for your mother-in-law. Stacy. No, I will make it for you. Stacy makes amazing macaroni and cheese.
Right.
She probably does this, for all I know.
So now I have the
Smells so good.
fundamental piece that everyone needs, the non-stick spatula. I use this for everything. This has replaced the wooden spoon.
Is that right? Look, we're zooming
you
in.
believe
we're all
that?
zooming in.
What's unique about this one?
Okay, this is high temperature, and I like the stiff one. Rachel knows I'm big on. I like it to have the right, like some rigidity and push back.
Right.
So that
So
I
this
can
is a hard spatula.
Right, so that I can scrape out. See, look at that. The shape of it allows me to scrape the edges. Wow. So as I add the cheese, I can literally get down there.
so you don't use a wooden
See, look at how hot it stayed. We had it
I can
off. We
see it.
had it really hot.
It's not breaking, is it?
No.
Okay, so who's going to tell Warren that I need one of those? Tell my husband. That's
Yeah.
look how it's fit in his stocking so nicely.
And just in that move, see, we've turned this bechamel into Mornay, and then you could take this, you could add eggshell pasta, bow tie pasta,
So yummy.
clamshell pasta, and put it in a bigger pot, a bigger version of this. Cover it in some buttered breadcrumbs and bake it
So yummo.
for mac and cheese for your side, and you'll be the hero.
You will be the hero. I'm going to be a hero. Okay, we're going to put all the names of the little utensils. I'll put those in that, I got to stir this, excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then the joke is your name is Josh Childress, but you are no relation to Julia Child.
No. I wish. She's phenomenal. I'm a big
She
fan. Yeah. No, she's the
So,
best.
is that it?
That is
The two sauces.
the two sauces that we're gonna make today, and hopefully we'll get to do some more stuff with Miss Mona.
Yes, in the months to come, we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So I highly suggest that you email me or Facebook me some things that you want to know how to cook and ideas that you have, and we're going to have a really good time taking you from a kitchen that is not very productive and to a kitchen that is like a 5-star chef.
Right.
Because when I talk to Josh, he wants to be able to help everyday folks learn how to have gourmet meals in their home, and we save money that way.
Right.
Like I said, we come together as a family that way, and I think that this is going to be an amazing part to the Balanced Mom Life family to have Josh with us, and that we will be able to have more of this on the Mom Mentor Show because we want to mentor you to be the best mom that you can be. So I'm just glad that you joined us. Thank you, Josh.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I love you
Here we
too,
go.
buddy.
Okay.
And we will be with you in the weeks to come. And I want you to have a really Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
God bless you. Bye.